But another thing I wanted to get into is you bring up on your website the housing affordability, and what is your stance on that part? Because that's what can a school board
Well,
trustee bring to the table there? Because we know
I
Vancouver is like the most expensive place in Canada to live.
I just want to know that that the international student program isn't making anything worse. It's it's a big revenue source. I think an organization like that would have a tendency to hear what it wants to hear on that regard. There's a lot of historically there's been a lot of international students, just not just at the district, but at a lot of private schools in Richmond as well. A lot of times, I guess it's the pathway to citizenship that most of these folks are interested in.
Mm,
Which they're responding to the incentives that are set out there. So there's not an awful lot that a school district can do. But if you could see a situation where a school district would do something that's in their own best interest and not necessarily that of everybody else.
I see. I see. And then the focus on science, technology, engineering, and math, and this is kind of where my heart is, because I think academia is the reason why we send kids to school. There's no other reason really, other than teaching them basic skills. Obviously, there's the socialization, which we kind of covered, and that's a contentious issue at the moment currently. But moving forward and focusing on STEM, what's your what is it that you want to bring to the table for the school board as a trustee to push further into actually encouraging uh, STEM items?
Well, I guess starting with the strategic plan, I just noticed that it doesn't include any words like it includes the word inclusion, like maybe 12 times or something like that. It doesn't include math or science
So
at
it should be
all.
the
So,
biggest focus in your
right?
education, I thought.
Yeah, it's got diversity and unconscious bias and all that kind of stuff that there's specific objectives about, but not science and math. So access, encouraging access. I think some of those areas are worst hit in some of the teacher shortage issues and turnover and stuff. So I'd have to do an audit to figure out exactly why kids are dropping out of those programs. Generally, it's kind of harder, right? And it is a lot more lucrative for those kids and for everybody else. If it's a great investment, um, as opposed to kids kind of being pushed or yeah, basically pushed into probably more emotionally appealing things like social justice studies and stuff like that. Those are technically university majors, but not necessarily all that helpful for everyone around.
Well, the idea of
Um,
education is to get you into a vocation at some point, and this is the argument that I've been putting forward. Like, don't go to university because you need to go to university. People told you should go to university. Go to school because you want to study for a particular career. This is the whole idea. I went into trade school, and at trade school we didn't have to take any filler courses like English or basket weaving or anything like that. We directly went to what our vocation was, and that's exactly what we got into. Like, we're not doing students any favors if we don't first put them through a rigorous. It doesn't have to be too rigorous in the early stages of education, but at least something to put us ahead of the curve. So when foreign students are coming in and applying for these universities, at least our local students have a leg up or can compete.
yeah, yeah, and it's where a lot of the prosperity will come from, as improvements in our ability to apply stuff that's already out there. We're talking about shortages in our industries. There's shortages all over the place,
Yeah, there's
and
not enough
those ones are
mechanics. We can't staff
yeah,
our garage. We not full capacity anyway. Every shop in my town is still looking for mechanics. We just can't find them. And it's not just the trades; it's all kinds of other vocations. We know about the current staff shortages in the hospitals, the healthcare system in Canada, and we're not getting any new and in mass amount of new doctors coming out of it. They're not, the universities aren't pumping them out. In fact, we're looking to foreign countries and incentivizing people to come over with their knowledge that they've picked up over there. What you just watched was a clip from a live stream that I shot earlier this week. If you want to be present live as it happens during some of these impromptu live streams, be sure to be subscribed to the channel and hit that notification bell. It lets you know when I go live. We'll see you in the next one. Keep on trekking.